just got home from a quick lunch as well as some grocery shopping. My umbrella is actually jammed up, it doesn't open and close properly, so I have to wear this raincoat and look like a girl who goes to school. But honestly, it's so much more convenient than an umbrella. I mean, the bag gets wet, but who cares? As I showed you, I got a lollipop because it's been ages. Lollipops with bubble gums are like kind of childhood nostalgia and favorite of everyone. I got the classic cherry and strawberry. I will also enjoy pasting them on my journal. I am awake since 6 a.m., which is not my waking up time. I mean, who doesn't love getting woken up by rain? Like, rain is like that perfect weather condition where you just want to be cozy and sleep in. But yeah, I did get woken up at 6. I thought I'm not going to be able to sleep back. But then I tried to sleep back and I did. And I woke up at 9. So, speaking of rain, I have an idea, which is letting the rain paint for me. It's raining anyway, so I'm gonna slap on some watercolors on paper and I'm gonna just hand the paper out of my window and let the rain fall on it, and then it will create just abstract patterns. So basically, the nature or the rain painting for me. Been a while since I've done something like this. I will though wait for rain because right now it is a little lesser for the project, but that's what I'm going to do this time. The rain will arrive any minute, so what I'm going to do is prep the paper with blobs of watercolor so that the moment it starts raining a little heavily, I'm just going to hand out the page and let the rain do its thing. So these are the two papers. They are particularly watercolor paper, but they do have stains on them, which is not visible on the camera. So they are like the perfect pages to do some experimenting on. Here's my watercolor pan. I'm just gonna wet the paints a little and then get on painting those blobs. I'm thinking of going with pink, which is one of my favorite colors. So I'm not gonna make it too wet. I'm just going to lay it anyhow, like more pigment, less water. The point of abstract painting is there are no rules, so I'm just laying paint as and when. I'll go for a purple because this is a seriously rich color. For this one I'm thinking cool tone, so I'm gonna go with this green that's left out here. My greens are not that pigmented, so I don't know what the result for this is gonna be. The red might muddy things, but who cares? I like this so much more than this, but no judgment here. Let's just wait for the rain to do its thing. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's see how this goes. It's definitely windy, so hopefully the raindrops should fall on my page. A little difficult trying to hold on to the paper as well as film. Maybe I should put on a tripod. Yep, feels more stable this way. Also, I'm so conscious about someone seeing me do this. While we wait for the rain to come, I'm gonna enjoy. I want it focused. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. I just realized that Chupa Chups is like a sugary thing, so I'll have to really thoroughly wash the inside of the package before I post it on my journal. The rain is here. Oh my god, it's happening. I'm just gonna rotate the page a little. Well, this was maybe 1-2 minutes of rain. So far, this looks interesting for sure. I'm gonna wait for this to dry so that once it dries and then gets reactivated by water, it will hopefully form more patterns. So now I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna add some texture to this. so that wherever these lines are is where the water will pool. I went ahead and added a bit more paint, as you can see, so hopefully this gives an even better texture. They're actually not holding that well because there's like a lot of water, especially the pink one. It rained pretty heavily, but 5 more minutes I guess and it should be done. Okay, I think I'm happy with how the rain has painted. Now we're gonna let this dry. Okay, let's review these papers. The one I love the most, which is the pink color palette, did not have much effect of rain on it because probably the pigments on the page dried up faster than the rain would have activated it. But this one, you can see the colors have meshed up perfectly. It looks like a mess right now, of course, but I think that's what abstracts are for. So what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna cut them up into tiny squares or rectangles and then paste them on my art journal, kind of like little paintings. I have a paper cutter with me which will make the process much more faster. So let's get to that. Here is my art journal and here is the paper cutter. Alright, let's go. This is not the same size, so I'm just gonna say bye. So there's gonna be a lot of sacrificial papers. We're not gonna think too bad about them. Oh, I think this is my favorite square so far. Look at this. The lighting is so bad, by the way, because it's raining. This one too, so cool. So I've cut the verticals of pink. I'm actually trying to shoot for reels as well. I've never done simultaneous shooting. It's honestly getting chaotic, but let's see how it goes. What a fun afternoon this has turned out to be, because I always journal as a hobby, but I don't really get much time. I shouldn't say I don't get time, maybe I just don't invest as much time as I should be for adventures like this. So I'm so glad that I had the idea of painting with rain, as well as now turning these into something beautiful. So I'm technically still journaling because I'll be adding this on my art journal, but then it's actually something different, something I'll be proud of. Which side should I choose? This side or this one? I think with the smiley. Yep, all done. Let's keep these scraps aside. Now I have to think how I will place these, because I want it to be like an equal number, probably 9, but let's see what the dimension of the page is. So if I take these and paste it here, oh, there's actually a lot of space, but I'd like to do 3 because 4 is too much, right? So I'm gonna do 3. Right when I start speaking, the crow has to go too. Literally not kidding. The crow is here. He needs a biscuit right now. Exactly when I'm filming. The crow has been satisfied. Okay, back to filming. As I was saying, 3 is a good number. So maybe 3 fours are 12. Let's get to pasting these. Oh, but wait, I have to pick the best ones, which is gonna be hard, but let's be honest. Something like this, which is a bit too plain and not as interesting, can be cancelled out and replaced with something as textured as this. So let's do some selection process. So the selection for green is done. Let's do for pink as well. For this one, I'm having a lot of difficulty in choosing because I added that scribble texture, remember? So every one of these is well deserving, but there are some repetitions like this, so some will have to go. Even though this is just a single color, I think the saturation is so good. Yep, I think I made my final decision. I will not be throwing these away, the ones I did not select. I'll probably use them in my normal junk journal and make something out of it. Okay, I was filming a reel and I pasted these. Oh my god, they look so good. And I also hand lettered the Museum of Rain because it just felt so fitting. I think this has turned out to be such an easy and fun activity. I am so creatively stimulated right now. Like, I feel so good. And we're on to the last one. I'll quickly film a bunch of pasting for the green ones for the reel, and I'll get back to you soon. I think I'm gonna add frames to these because that will just complete this. I'm gonna freehand it. I did most of the framing off camera because this is requiring some attention to detail. Well, made a mistake there. Anyway, adding these hand drawn style frames is just going to make it look a little more unique. I'm not even able to speak because I'm just concentrating on getting these lines right. The footage is probably bad right now. I'm holding the phone on my hand. That is such a big difference. I made a good decision, according to me, by adding these frames. You know, sometimes filming and making art, it's annoying because you're trying to figure out how to film and then you're also trying to figure out how to be present. And as you can see, I am not that good at the way I'm speaking right now. Like, I'm not that good at multitasking, speaking, as well as making art. And that is the last frame, all complete. I've decided to add clouds and raindrops because this word ended a little earlier than expected, so the space was empty. What better way to add a cloud and some rains? So I'm gonna finish this page off by adding certain raindrops and I'll show you how it looks finally. Welcome to the Museum of Rain. Every single painting is completely unique and different, but they all work together. I'm so happy with how this turned out to be. The perfect amount of raindrops have combined this entire artsy journal spread together, and I'm so happy that I could bring you along with me through this journey. It's still raining, the weather is so perfectly cozy outside, and all I'll remember in today's experiment is the water used for all these abstract paintings is actually rainwater. This is the beauty of abstract painting, which I hadn't done in a long time, and I'm thoroughly reminded that you paint however and use water in any which way, it turns out differently unique. It's like having a map of your mind or the connection of paint with the paintbrush and your hands directly reflected on all of these paintings. Some people who actually are abstract artists for a living also can easily figure out meanings behind these abstract paintings. if you just stare long enough at each of them, they definitely tell a story. But the most important story they tell is rainwater was used. I will just write the date of this today so that I remember which day I painted these. And so the diary closes now.